everyone, it's Samantha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to review with you my 5 top tips on how to onboard a new renter at your salon. So first things first is showing them the lay of the land. You want to have your new renter know how your salon operates, and that is reviewing with them how to open up the salon. So if they are an early morning starter and they are the first ones there, they need to know how to properly open up the salon. So that is unlocking doors if you have, and then checking alarm systems if you have alarm systems, turning on the music, making sure the salon space is ready to go. So does that include them starting a load of towels in the morning, or do they need to prep the shampoo bowls? For me in my salon, all the shampoo bowls at the end of the day, the necks of the shampoo bowl, the neck rests are taken off, everything is bleached down, the nozzles are taken off the shampoo bowls, and they're marinated in white vinegar to help with hard water buildup. So whoever is back in the salon the next morning, they have to put the shampoo bowl back together. So it's understanding how to do that. So that is something that I review with my new renters. Starting the music, a load of towels, and making sure the salon is ready to go and operating since they are the first ones there. And not only with opening, it's learning how to close the salon. So if you have a stylist who is a late worker, they need to understand how to close up shop. They need to know how to turn off the music, make sure everything is unplugged, cleaning up the shampoo bowls, any trash that needs to be taken out, getting all the wet towels out of the back bar area, if that's where you store dirty towels, and getting them prepped for laundry to begin the next morning. That is something that we do in our salon. All the dirty towels near the back bar get taken out of the bin and put in the washing machine. It's not necessarily started, but at least they're not sitting in a bin of wet, moist, dirty towels, which can get stinky and gross. So all of that is cleared for us at the end of the day. So it's reviewing what your salon daily habits are and how the salon is functioning, where all your cleaning supplies are. If you have your stylist help restock the salon, whether that's with the break room or the bathroom, it's showing them where things are so that they can help keep the space efficient, keep the space clean, and help keep the business running. Ready to boost your profits behind the chair? Visit awealthyhairstylist.com. Number 2 is logging your renter onto your booking system. So if you are a salon that provides an online booking system for your stylist to book their clients, get them into the system, show them how the system operates, go through their services with them, the time for their services, whether they want specific services online to be booked or not online, and making sure they're comfortable with the booking app so that way they can book clients on their own at home, and also that they can understand how to read their schedule properly. So if you have a salon manager or any front desk help that books appointments, that they understand what they're looking at when they're reading their schedule and what's booked on their schedule. I would review with the renter on how to block themselves out properly. So if they are leaving the salon or they don't want to work and they don't want to take clients, how to do that in the system properly, and how to navigate rescheduling clients, canceling clients, basically the whole system of how the online booking or just the booking system itself, how it operates. Because if they don't understand how the booking system works, it's going to be hard for them to take clients and to book services on their own, and basically leaving everything up to the front desk staff. So making them well-versed in that. So if your online booking program evolves or has any type of educational videos to show them how to operate it, definitely send that to their renter. And also, if your booking system allows your stylist to do checkout, review with them how to do that as well. Because my system that I use, it's a program called Forest. And through the Forest app, the booking app, it's really neat. It has a app for clients, like a Veil of Grace for my salon, a Veil of Grace app for clients to go to book services. But then Forest has another app for the stylists themselves to book their clients' services. So it's really neat to see the both parts integrated together. But within the app for the stylists, it allows my stylist to check out clients for retail that we sell in the salon. So with the app comes training the stylist on how to check out clients at the front desk or through the app. So definitely take the time to show them how the system operates, how they can take a client's credit card, how they can ring up a client. If you do discounted services, or I should say discounted products, for us, we have a whole point system on product purchases. So clients will acquire points and they could earn up to $5, $10, $15, or $20 off of products in the future based on their purchases. So I allow the stylist to give the clients their treat card points. If the system will show that they earn the points. So then it's teaching the stylist how to activate those points and then to give the client that discount off of the product. So that is something that I train my stylist how to do in the salon, whether my front desk staff is there or not to help. So make sure your new renter is well versed in extensively on how to log into the system, how to book clients, check out clients, cancel clients, reschedule clients, so that way they feel confident to do that on their own. All right, and number 3 would be their station. So showing a new renter where they are working. Are they sharing a station with another stylist? Are they not? Which cabinets are theirs within their station, or which drawers? Do they have a cabinet in the break room for their color? Which cabinet is theirs? So letting them know, I wouldn't necessarily say their boundaries, but what comes with their rent fee that they're paying the salon. So establish their station, establish their cabinets, establish their color cabinets. And then I would also establish, like, do they need to bring a tray, or is that provided? Do they need to bring capes or a robe, or is that provided? So I would definitely make that very clear before you sign any contract with a new renter, like what is included with their rent. So that way they can come in and be ready to work and not have to worry about, like, oh, I didn't bring a cape today. You know, for me, even though we are a rental salon, I do provide towels, I provide the shampoo back bar, I provide products for my stylist to use on their clients, I provide capes, and that way, and the trays. So that way everything is ready for them and they just basically move in with their equipment and their color and their own aprons, and they're basically good to go. So definitely review what is included with their rental contract, their station, and the logistics with cleaning up their station, wiping down the mirrors, and making sure if they do share a station that it's clean and ready to go for the next renter who is sharing the space with them. Number 4, policies. Yes, yes, yes. Even though you are a rental salon, you still need to have policies in place for your renters. And this is what keeps the house stable, right? Because you don't want one renter off doing something willy-nilly and totally out there and everyone else on a different page. So with setting policies in place, I think it keeps the circle moving really well. And so what I mean by policies, it can be like the cleanliness policy, just obviously sweeping your hair up when you are done with a client, wiping down your station at the end of the day, making sure your cabinet, if you share a cabinet with another stylist, that when you are done with your 2 days or 3 days and the next stylist is coming in, that that space for their blow dryers and hot tools is cleaned out and moved for the next renter to come in and to use the space. So I would review that. I would also review dress code. If you have a dress code for your salon, some people have very strict dress codes and some do not. But if you do have any policy, definitely make that clear the day before they start. Like, I don't know, no slippers, no wearing your pajamas, no workout clothes, whatever that may be for you and your business, definitely let that be known before they start. Because you never want to have that awkward conversation of them showing up and then you're like, that's not really appropriate. We need to do better. So try to avoid that and just nip it in the butt and be like, hey, this is our policies here in the salon. I allow everyone to be individuals and express themselves, but we do want everyone to be as professional as possible. So whether that, I don't know, if you don't want booty shorts and crop tops, then just let them know, like, this is it. This is how I'm running my business. So that way there is no confusion with that down the road. I would also, regarding policies, review over late rent policies if you have that in place and when that activates, how much that is. So all of that needs to obviously be reviewed within the contract of their rental agreement. So you never want to have these conversations after the fact. So they should definitely know all these policies before they sign and move forward working within your business. So late rent policies, and even like paying rent. Like, what is your policy for rent? When is it due? The rental rate that they have to pay. Do they put a check specifically somewhere? Are you collecting Zelle payment? So definitely make those very clear within your policies. And then also, I would go over working hours. Does your salon have like a cutoff date? A cutoff time for when you are allowed to work? Do you allow your stylist to work till midnight at night? Do you allow your stylist to come in at 6 o'clock in the morning? So definitely make those rules and policies in place before they begin. And then also review any alarm system if you do have that, and when that is activated and set in place, so that way you don't have any sirens going off when stylists are working, which has happened in my salon many, many times. And I totally you get stuck with a project and it's very, very late at night. But the biggest thing is having communication with the owner. And if you do come in that situation and the salon alarm is going to start to activate, then try to reach out before that happens, because no one wants to be stuck in a salon with a blaring alarm system happening. It's the worst. And my salon's alarm is like, it is awful. It is painful to be in there when that happens. So definitely review that with your new renters. All policies up front, whatever they may be, make sure it's very clear and they understand them. Ready to boost your profits behind the chair? Visit awealthyhairstylist.com. And last, number 5 is introduce your new renter to all your staff, all your renters. Make a warm, welcoming environment for them to let them know, like, hey, you are welcomed here. We are so excited to have you. Bring them in the group chat, whether you have a salon Instagram messaging or a group messaging on your phone, like, include them. Having a new renter in a space is obviously sometimes changing up the dynamics, but hopefully you have a good base within your salon that everyone just wants the best for everybody and is welcoming and inviting to any new renter you bring into your space. So making them feel welcome in your home not only is gonna allow them to feel a little bit at ease, because it's always nerve-wracking going into a new environment. You never want to step on anyone's toes, understanding the policies and making sure you're doing everything right, and you're just so nervous. And that's, you don't want your new renter to feel that way. You want them to feel like they can ask questions or if they have concerns, and to be able to communicate that, and for them to feel like they're in an environment that is not only friendly, but very excited to have them. So those are my top 5 tips for onboarding a new renter. And if you have any questions, drop them below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.